Well, here's where it gets really weird. First, BG123 is a cartoon bear foreshadowing the adoption of the future digital payment system, specifically Ripple and XRP, through riddles, right? At least that's what we think he's doing. And Teddy Roosevelt is one of the symbols he uses. And Ripple and XRP have come a long way since BG started making riddles about them. In fact, it seems like Ripple, with RippleNet, the XRP ledger, interledger protocol, etc., is about to become a kind of futuristic global digital Federal Reserve as they enable the tokenization of any asset, global settlement of value, instant liquidity, etc.
We have the technology to allow every financial institution on the planet to settle with every other financial institution in a compatible jurisdiction in any asset in seconds for less than a penny.
So a massive revolution in banking, right? Massive. The beginning of modern decentralized banking and the Internet of Value. And right before its implementation, a cartoon bear shows up riddling about it. Okay, so what was another massive revolution in banking? The establishment of the Federal Reserve itself in 1913. The birth of modern centralized banking. Well, what if I told you in the years leading up to the creation of the Federal Reserve, in the exact moment the Panic of 1907 exposed the fragility of the U.S. banking system, which went on to be the main catalyst for creating the Federal Reserve in the first place, an immensely popular bear cartoon called The Roosevelt Bears was introducing young readers all over the country to the specific cities the Federal Reserve would establish banks in the near future. The bears visited the Treasury with Teddy Roosevelt, the Philadelphia Mint to see pounds and tons of silver and paper cash being made. They talked about high finance and making big deals in oil and steel, familiarized children with the concept of ID and cashing checks, and even saw a psychic palm reader who said they would become millionaires. And for context, this is what the market did after the establishment of the Federal Reserve. Everyone talks about the crash of the Great Depression, but no one talks about the epic pump right before it. Anyway, Teddy Roosevelt and bear cartoons appearing before a massive revolution in banking isn't the only thing the Roosevelt Bears have in common with BG123. The Bears had a very impressive hat collection, traveled with an owl they never mention, climbed to the top of the eagle's nest aboard a ship, dressed like cowboys with Teddy Roosevelt, I might add, rang a bell, visited a castle, and even said that the world is a stage. What were the Bears' names? Teddy B and Teddy G. The Roosevelt Bears, which ran right before the establishment of the Federal Reserve and curiously share so many themes with BG123, were named BG. What is going on with Teddy Roosevelt, double meaning, bears, and the letters BG? How on earth could this be just a coincidence? I mean, so many questions arise. Is this evidence of some kind of riddling theme from the powers that be across generations?